Hello folks, today let's continue our Lightning Web Component series. So as I have told you in the previous videos, what is parent to child communication, child to parent communication, and LMS, and how can we communicate between the unrelated components. So today let's start with the parent to child communication. Let's do a hands-on exercise on the parent to child communication. Okay, so let's get started. Let me open the VS Code. So you can see I have already created two Lightning Web components, one with the name parent LWC and other with the name child LWC. So basically our use case is that we need to create a button on the parent LWC, and on click of that button we need to call the child LWC and display some message. Okay, so we need to render the child LWC on the click of that button, and if we click on the button again, then the child LWC should stop rendering. Okay, so this is the use case. It's a very basic example I have chosen just to make you understand the concept of parent to child communication. So let's get started. So you can see in the parent LWC I have created a lightning button with this label call child CMP, and on click, let me go to the on click function. So on click it will go to the handle click, and here I have created a flag because as I have told you I need to render the child LWC only on the click of that button, only of the click of that button. So initially I have put this flag as false, is button click flag as false, and I will make it as true when we are clicking that button. Inside handle click I will make it as true if initially it is false, and if it is already true then I will make it false, just to ensure that if we click on the button again that child LWC should stop rendering. So that's why I have written in the if else. Okay, so this is our flag. So if this flag is true, then we need to write the logic for calling child LWC here within this template. So let me show you that part now. So for this is the way we can call the child LWC inside our parent LWC. This is the notation. So the name is child and then in the capital letters LWC. So always keep in mind while calling the child LWC, we will use kebab case. So whenever there is a capital letter, we will replace it with a hyphen and then with the small letter. Okay, so it will be like this L, then once again hyphen for W because it was capital, then C, and then the closing tag. So this is the way we are calling the child LWC within the parent LWC. Okay. So now what we are expecting is on click of that button when the child LWC is called, we need to pass some data from the parent LWC to the child LWC, which we will render in the child LWC in the HTML file. You can see the template I have mentioned basically in the p tag hi and this pass data. So what is this pass data? This pass data we will receive from the parent LWC. Okay. So for this, what we will do, what I am doing is I am passing this value. I have created a variable in the JS of the parent file, parent LWC. Now I will pass it. So for this, I will create here in the tag pass data, and then I will use curly brace, and inside it I will pass this variable. Okay, so the value parent in the form of a string will be passed to the child LWC. Okay, now I have choose the name pass data here. So we need to make sure that we need to put this name in the JS of the child LWC, and we will use API Decorator to receive the value. So you can see I have used @API, and we need to also ensure that we are importing this API Decorator in the import statement. Okay, so by this we are receiving it, and let's say the spelling is here like this, D is in capital, then what we will do, we will put a hyphen here once again, because for every capital letter there will be a hyphen. Okay, so this is the case. So always make sure of that kebab case notation, and this is the camel case when it is in capital. Okay, so we are passing this. So basically we are receiving the value in the pass data, the JS of the child LWC. Then we will go to the child LWC HTML, and inside the curly brace I can just simply write this pass data. So what will it show in the UI? It will show hi parent, because pass data has value. What value pass data has? It is equal to the value stored in this variable in the JS, and it is parent. So this is a very simple example. Let me deploy both of the components, parent and the child LWC. Also, one more thing, you might encounter an error while deploying the components. So if you deploy the parent LWC first, then you might encounter an error. So always make sure that you deploy the child LWC first. The reason is we are referring the child LWC in the parent LWC, but if it is not deployed, then how will Salesforce know that this component already exists? The database, it is not already present in the org. Okay, so it is important to deploy the child LWC first. Okay, also in the meta XML file, you can see what I have done is we need to make sure it is exposed is marked as true, and you can give some master label as well and the target. So in the UI, what I am doing is I am going to add this component on the home screen, home page. So I have put the target as lightning home page. So this also needs to be kept in mind. And for the child LWC, as it is obvious that we need not make it true, because it need not be exposed to the UI, because it will be called on the click of that button directly from the parent LWC. Okay, so now let me once refresh the screen as I have deployed it. Now I will go to the Lightning App Builder and just simply add the parent LWC on the UI. Okay, so let me add the parent LWC. The name is this. The name will be same as what we have given in the master label. You can see the master label is this. So this is the name. So I have added it. It's a very simple example just for understanding purpose that how can we communicate between parent to child. And this is very important concept. In the next video we will learn about child to parent communication, and afterward we will learn about the communication between unrelated components. We will see how can we use LMS and how to use events, many more things. Okay, so I have added the parent LWC. You can see there is a button with this label called child CMP as we have given on the LWC of parent. So on click of that button, you can see this is rendered. This is the coming from the child LWC. And this value is coming because we have used the API decorator. API decorator is mandatory. I am repeating this point. Okay, and if I click on this button again, then it is gone. Child LWC is no longer rendered. So that's the case. It was about the parent to child communication. In the next video, I will show you how can we communicate between child to LWC component. So let's say in the same example, I want to pass some data from the child LWC to the parent LWC. Then how can we do that? So in that we will use a thing called events. We will pass events. We will dispatch the events and then we will get those events in the parent LWC. We will see that in the next video. Okay, so this was all about today's video, and you can also save this playlist for the Lightning Web components. I will keep adding new videos on the playlist. Also for other topics, playlists are also available. You can see the playlist for Salesforce Flow, Salesforce admin part. You can find all these links in the description as well. Also for the Salesforce CPQ. Okay, and we can also connect on LinkedIn as well. You can check my LinkedIn handle as well. So I am 7-time Salesforce certified, and I'm currently working with Accenture. So thank you.